Hey, what's going on, guys? Nick here with Sekou Technologies, and I'd like to welcome you to your first WordPress tutorial. So, to break it down, the reason why I'm teaching WordPress is because there are a lot of misconceptions out there about how WordPress actually works. I've had people tell me that it's difficult to use, they don't really understand it, it's strenuous, and I want to negate all of that. If you can read a book, then you can definitely understand WordPress. Some things we're going to be learning about today. Number one, how the heck do websites work? There's no point in us creating a website if we don't even know how they work on the back end. I'm going to take you through the process of creating a domain, getting web hosting. We're going to learn about web servers and learn the most foundational pieces of creating a website prior to creating our own. Thing number two, we're going to learn what the heck a content management system is. Essentially, a content management system is WordPress. It is a place where you manage content, you update your content, and the website automatically implements those changes for you. Thing number three, last but not least, we are going to create our first WordPress website. That's coming up in the fourth video. If you want to hear my voice and listen to me talk, great. If you don't, feel free to jump ahead, but I guarantee you're not going to want to miss out. Stick with me. It's going to help put a lot of things into perspective. Is coding involved today? There is absolutely no coding involved to create a WordPress website. Well, there's a little bit, but not really. HTML, PHP, and CSS can help you greatly. So if you understand these coding languages, well, I guess PHP is the only coding language in that. But if you understand these languages, then you will be peaks ahead in understanding WordPress. However, for some of the newer individuals, do not fret. You do not have to worry about anything because you can get an entire WordPress website up and running without any code involved at all. Everything we do today, once again, will require absolutely no code. That's a good thing. So without further ado, let's go on ahead and jump right into it. How websites work. There are four main parts to every website. I don't care what anybody tells you. If somebody comes and tries to argue you down, I want you to say, well, Nick told me that this website has four parts. I don't care if it's Google. I don't care if it's NBA.com. I don't care if it's freaking Amazon.com. There are four main parts to it. Part number one is going to be your domain name. This is going to be the physical name of your website. It's going to be www.google.com, www.nba.com, and amazon.com. And the best one out of all of them, SekouTech.com, the one that you should be going to. In fact, the one that you're at right now, probably. Thing number two is a domain name system. Okay, these are going to be very important in the process, but these are what kind of make each of our websites unique in their own special way. And I'll explain that here in a bit as well. Thing number three is going to be our web server. These are very important, a foundational step in the process. And also your web browser. This is going to be the driver of the entire process. So thing number one is going to be our domain. When you connect to the web, you do so via an internet service provider. There are tons of them out there. You have your Time Warners, you have your AT&Ts, you have your Verizons. All of them cost way too freaking much, but you got to do what you got to do to survive, baby. You type a domain name or a web address into your browser to visit a particular site. Once again, a domain name is going to be Google.com, Microsoft.com, or NBA.com, or .org, or .net, essentially any one of them. It's kind of similar to a telephone number, right? I mean, when you think of yourself, each one of us has our own telephone number, our unique telephone number in which individuals can contact us. It's kind of like that. It's not exactly the telephone number. It's more like the individual that the telephone number belongs to, if that makes sense. However, we come to this thing that's called the domain name system. So after we type into our web browser the website we want to go to, that domain name goes to the domain name system, and then it tries to match it up with what's called an IP address. Once again, your computer contacts a network of servers called the domain name system, which finds the IP address associated with your domain name. So in retrospect to people, we're all individuals. Multiple individuals can have the same name. However, no two people share the same social security number. If somebody has your social security number, then you might want to contact the feds, because either they're going to come looking for you or they're going to come looking for the other person. An IP address is nothing more than a 12-digit unique number that every device connected to the World Wide Web receives. Man, I don't know who decided to make up World Wide Web, but try to say that 12 times. You'll be a better speaker than Obama. Going on down the line, after it matches it up with an IP address, it goes to what's called a web server. It tries to find that particular address on the web server. And the web server is a computer that is constantly connected to the web, and it's set up especially to send web pages to users. The unique number that the DNS server returns to your computer allows your browser to contact the web server that hosts the website that you requested. So the web server is going to be the place where all of the files that belong to your site are located. You go here, you find all of those files, and you can either update them, which is kind of a strenuous deal, or you can use a content management system so you can update everything on the front end and not have to worry about that code at all. In the third video, I actually go through the process of showing you what's on a web server, how that file manager actually looks, and how you can also update it. But for right now, we're going to keep on chucking away through some of the basics. Remember, this is information that you're going to want to know as time progresses, just in case you decide to have your own company developing websites for individuals. It's very it's a very rewarding career. Last but not least, we have our web browser. This should go unexplained because I'm pretty sure everybody knows exactly what the heck this is. You have the big three, which are Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, and Mozilla Firefox, and you are using one right now as a matter of fact. But after that site leaves the web server, this is where it's going to go, back to your web browser, and it's going to allow you to view each of those files. So where the heck do we get a domain? We can get a domain from a host of places. As a matter of fact, they're called hosts. Top one is called HostGator. HostGator to me is the best, but there are so many of them out there. I mean, you probably can't go wrong with each one. But all HostGator does, or any one of these web hosting companies for that matter, they have a ton of web servers that maintain individuals' websites and allow you to host your websites for a small fee that is really, really cheap. I mean, honestly, I'm a frugal individual. I'm an economics major by background, so you know I hate spending money. And HostGator is probably one of the best ones. They give you so many tools for you to be able to manage your site. I mean, it is truly and honestly bar none. And they're not paying me to say that. But if they want to, great. Feel free to pass some money my way. Fetty Wap. You also have GoDaddy, you have DreamHost, and once again, they allow you to purchase a domain and host that website. So without further ado, we're going to go on ahead and try it. However, that's going to be in the next video because these videos take absolutely way too long to upload to YouTube. So go on ahead, hop over to the next video so we can go on ahead and get started with our domains. See you guys later.